Welcome back to Whiskey Wonder Woman. In today's video, we are doing Woodford Reserve Toasted Oak 4-grain. It's a very tiny bottle because I got it at the distillery. So when I was there, they had just put out these bottles like the day of, and they only allowed us 2 per person. So obviously I grabbed 2. They were quite expensive, but I thought it was worth it. Seeing that I would never see them again. For this bottle, it's a Toasted Oak 4-grain, bottled in 2023. I got it in September. It's 90.4 proof. So it's 4 grains, bourbon whiskey, rye whiskey, wheat whiskey, and malt whiskey, finished in toasted oak barrels. All these whiskeys were aged in their new oak barrels, charred and whatnot. Once they were aged enough, the master distiller took them out and then put them in a heavy toasted barrel, which is not the same as a charred barrel. I think the charred barrel is more like charred, burned, and then toasted is like kind of light, almost like, I don't know, toasted marshmallow. So it doesn't have that heavy char, but it kind of starts that caramelization. So all those 4 grains of whiskey mash were then transferred into that barrel and then finished in there. And then you have these bottles, which I honestly don't know how many bottles were made. Obviously, maybe there wasn't a huge batch of them if these bottles are that tiny. In my little Woodford Reserve glass. Isn't it cute? From the distillery. Oh my hand is trembling because I'm scared I'm gonna drop it. That's what it looks like. Look at the color. You could definitely tell there's some char there. Definitely tell there's toastiness there. Oh my god, my hand is trembling. It's really sweet, but there's like a toasted sweetness going on. I think it's because of the wheat. I also smelled the barley too. It is really floral. I honestly don't know where... I think people are doing fireworks. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I think there are some floral notes going on, but I don't know where it's coming from. I do get toasted caramel. I do get a nice... Oh, what was that? Like a man scent, like a cologne scent. Like a musky, oh my gosh, I hope you guys can't hear that. That's gonna be so distracting. It reminds me of a man's cologne. Vanilla. I definitely get vanilla. There is a nice perfume note. I don't know what it is, but it smells so good. I could like bottle this up and just spray this on me. Let's go in for the taste. Cheers. Wow. There were so many flavors going on. The whiskey was oily and kind of in a good way because it didn't evaporate too fast on my tongue. It kind of carried all the way to the end, which was a really good thing. So I could tell you from the beginning to the end all the notes I experienced. So in the beginning, it was quite floral and quite perfumey, if you will. And then I got some toasted caramel, a little bit of woodiness. I did taste a little bit of rye. I did taste a little bit of barley. I did taste a little bit of the oak. So the blend was really there. And then towards the end, I definitely got either tobacco or cigar. And it almost was like, it was really gentle. It honestly reminded me of a cologne, like kind of evaporating in the finish, kind of like a gentle lift. And it wasn't dry at all. It kind of like melted away. And I will say that it wasn't a sweet experience. It was kind of more like very moving in flavors, and it wasn't a traditional movement of whiskey flavors that you usually get of like oak, vanilla, caramel, maybe like a dry finish of spice. This was completely different. I don't know why I swished that around my mouth. I know why. Because it was a little oily, it doesn't burn in my mouth. When I swished it to the back of my mouth, I immediately tasted a toasted marshmallow. So I kind of got some sweetness, but it was kind of like a hint. But I more got of like a toasted tobacco taste, or I want to say tobacco or cigar leaves. But that oiliness, I think, is almost the best part of my experience, because it kind of reminds me of drinking tea. You know what? Yeah. It's almost like drinking tea. So maybe in the palate, there's tobacco leaves in it, because it kind of carries the flavors to the end. Yeah. Yes. Yes. This is quite the bottle. I'm going to see if there are any tasting notes online to see if I was even remotely correct on any of these notes. So I'm on the website, and I can tell you right now that I got almost every note wrong. Okay, so appearance, toasted pecan. Okay, we got the toasted part. Nose, sweet hints of marzipan, which is like almond, honeycomb, brown sugar, butterscotch, round out touch of toasted oak. I don't think I said any of those things. I can agree with the butterscotch. Brown sugar. Maybe from the heavy toastedness. I think that's what they're trying to get. It is sweet. Taste. Toasted oak. Very slight wood spices with touches of maple syrup and butterscotch. I didn't get a single note from that other than toasted oak. I don't know what I was getting, but I mean, everyone's palate is different. But I was way off. Like, really off. But I don't think I was wrong. Maybe like the maple syrup is where I was getting the oiliness. I'm unsure. I don't taste maple syrup, honestly. I could agree with the spices. I still think that it's kind of on the more earthy side of tobacco, but that's just my opinion. And honestly, they don't have to care about my opinion. The finish, crisp and subtly sweet. I could agree with sweetness. Okay, so with that, and I should say, everyone's palate is different. What I taste is not going to be the same of what you taste or what the master distiller tastes, but that is okay. I still had a great experience. I'm hoping that I taste what they taste, but honestly, I'm glad that I'm enjoying whatever I'm getting from this glass. Which to me is florals. Maybe the honeycomb is giving the florals. I don't know. It's honestly very intriguing to me that everyone has different taste buds and can taste different things. And I think that's what makes tasting whiskey fun. And that's why I have my channel. And that's why I took up this hobby. So with that, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.